you guys. So, sorry about the hair, by the way. I meant to say that in the beginning of my first video, but didn't happen. Um, so I want to talk just briefly about the ICE raids and everything that I'm seeing going on. Now I'm seeing Iranians being rounded up and, you know, like cattle and sent overseas or prepared for such, travel. And it's very dystopian. And being a person who is Creole and who doesn't have much roots or, excuse me, contact with the roots of my ancestry and my heritage, and just really kind of know the understanding that I am technically Latin or Latina as well because I'm Creole and the native roots and Latin roots that are inherent within that particular combination of heritages and ancestry or ethnicities. But I just want to speak to the demographic of ICE agents. I don't know, and I will look into this, but as of now, I don't know if there's any literature out about the demographics of people who make up the force or forces of ICE. But every single time that I have recognized or been able to recognize the ethnicity or race of the people um, who are these agents, Latino. I keep hearing people like, talk about black people need to come together and black people need to do this, that, and the third with other races of people and we need to protect them and we need to not give up the fight. I keep hearing about how there's a conversation that people want to have about like, you know, um, welcoming people back into the fold after they've learned their lesson. But who's learned and what did they learn? I'm confused. I'd like to know because it really does concern me that they're doing this to their own people. Even some of the like most like staunch like Trump supporters and like maggots and like Republicans and other things like that, a lot of them are not even able to stomach a lot of what they're seeing. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them are, but a lot of them don't even necessarily want this. Honestly, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But no, I'm going to go ahead and say what I was going to say. I was going to say it's reminding me of when God stretched his hand out over Egypt. But I didn't want to make that correlation because if you look at the people who are in power right now, enacting a lot of this, it would kind of put them in the same position as like God or Moses or something like that. But it's like that's still quite apt uh, when we look at the theology behind the end times and the rapture and uh, the Antichrist and all this other stuff, the second coming. Um, the Holy Land story, all that good stuff. But it really does concern me, and it really makes me feel very bad for a lot of y'all. Like I'm black, you know what I'm saying? I might have a little Latin ancestry or whatever, but I'm black. Generation after generation after generation after generation after generation. Couldn't tell you a Latin person, a non-black person in my family, and I can go back to enslavement. You know what I'm saying? But this is really scary. Scary isn't really the word for it because I'm not scared, but I do understand that people are. But this is really, it's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's pathetic, it's pitiful, it's sick. I don't really know what else to say about it because it's just like, y'all are doing this to your own people. How do you sleep and eat at night? But one, I want people to realize that there are MAGA supporters who still feel just as strongly as they do about the shit as before this stuff started happening. So that just remember that when you see these ICE agents, don't think that everybody is innocent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people are getting rounded up, and they brought this on themselves, and they still want this to be brought on people like them, who they don't think are like them. But there's something that has to be said about the fact that people are doing this to their own people. And I think it goes well hand in hand in that conversation that I've had before. And I'll bring up again the topic of Black people not sticking together. One of the first things you'll hear about Black people is, oh, we don't stick together and they don't stick together and y'all can never stick together. We did. 92% of Black women, 85% of Black men voted for Kamala, voted in their best interest. Whereas the majority of every other race of people voted against that. Asian people, Latinos, um, 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 Arab people in particular. Insane. It's insane. I'm thinking about the Iranian woman who I saw being kidnapped by ICE, and I'm just like, I wonder, like, what got her over here? You know? Because a lot of these people, I don't think you all are understanding, have claimed asylum for some reason or another. They're not safe for one reason or another in their home countries. So I really do wonder, like, what led her to America and where is she about to go? And is she about to lose her life because she did something to get over here that her country wouldn't like talking about her country or giving them secrets or something like that? This is why, look, don't you let nobody fool you. It might just be best to just go ahead and have loyalty to your country no matter what. Look, it might just be best. I mean, if you're America, we do what we want. But if you come from anywhere else and you coming over here to America, it might be best to rethink that. I mean, look at what's happening. Who is going to be stupid enough to try to come to America now and tell secrets about their government and about the entities that be in their places of residence? Um, who is going to do that knowing that there's a possibility that they could be deported back to that same country because the next president don't like them? So I just wanted to bring this to you guys. I'm very disappointed in a lot of people in the Latin community, and I really don't know what to say. Like, it's just like, it's really sad that y'all will do this to your own people. And it makes sense. I mean, if we, think about like the history of certain areas and things like that, and what people have done to their own people in Black culture and Latin culture, it is a thing. Now, what brought that on? White supremacy, colonization, and the divide and conquer apartheid narrative that ruled every single group of people who white people have conquered, but and still does to this day, with color systems and caste systems and all kinds of stuff. But is it something to see it play out? So I don't know, but if you can hear me, if you are Latin and you can hear me, and you are um, an ICE agent or thinking about becoming one or someone in some capacity, don't do it.